Hi there. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at our latest feature in Oxford Abstracts, which is the Zoom integration. So we'll take a look at how we can authorize our Zoom account on Oxford Abstracts, and then we'll see how easy it is to add Zoom meetings for each of the sessions in our program. And then at the end, we'll take a look at the old way of adding Zoom meetings to the sessions, and we'll compare it against this new way that we have. So first of all, you'll notice now if you have one of the conference packages, then you'll see a Zoom link or tab here at the bottom. So if we click into this, we'll be able to authorize our Zoom account here. So authorizing your Zoom account simplifies the process of adding Zoom meetings to program sessions. After your account is connected, you'll be able to assign Zoom users to program columns and schedule Zoom meetings from the program builder. So all we have to do is authorize the Zoom account. And so here, this is going to tell me a little bit about what permissions we can, or the things we can do from the Oxford Abstract side with your Zoom account. So have a read through these, and then once you're ready, press authorize. So this is going to take us back to the same page, but now, of course, we can see that this is now authorized. So what we then can do is we can assign a Zoom user from within the account that we've just authorized to each of the columns within our program. So we have 3 columns: graduate, research, and practice. And here we can choose from any of the users within this account, and we can assign them to a column. So this just means that when we create that column, by default, this person will be in charge of that Zoom meeting. It's important to know as well that this integration only works with paid accounts on Zoom. But if you have a free account on Zoom, you can still use the old method of just adding those Zoom meeting links into the sessions. Okay, so now that we've authorized our Zoom account, we can then go back into the conference builder and take a look at how this has changed the way we can add Zoom rooms. So what we can see here is that we've got a test session. And if I click into this, we can see now, let's delete this existing Zoom meeting. So here we can see that we can add a presentation link to any of the sessions. So the original way we did this was just by adding a custom link. So this could be your existing Zoom meeting link. And we originally just put this in here. So now we can go and actually create a meeting for this particular session by clicking on Zoom meeting. So it's going to tell us a little bit of information about the Zoom meeting which is about to be created. So it's taking the session name, and of course it already knows the time and the date which the session, or the Zoom meeting rather, will be created for. Here it's telling me which Zoom user who is going to be the host of the event or the Zoom meeting. So here this is by default going to the Zoom user who is the Zoom user for that column, but we can of course change this to be a different person if we need to. And then down here we've got some other options, so we can have an automatically generated meeting ID, or you can have a personal meeting ID. For the security-wise, we can choose whether people have to enter a password to join the session, and we can enable or disable the waiting room as well. In terms of video, we can choose whether the host has a video on or off, and also whether the participants can have their video on or off. Then we have some audio settings, and then a few advanced options at the bottom. So just make sure all of these settings for the Zoom room are correct. And then once we hit save, this is actually going to create a new Zoom meeting for us. So now if we go back up to the Zoom meeting, we can actually see again all these details if we have to change anything. and update it. And it's just that simple, really. So we now have a Zoom meeting created where this user has the admin rights for the Zoom meeting, and it's scheduled for the same time as our session. So some really nice things that come along with this are the fact that if I, for instance, change the time of the session, so let's say it's delayed by 5 minutes, and I save this, I now get a warning to show me that the time of the scheduled Zoom meeting doesn't match the session time. And I can just easily update the Zoom meeting time by clicking Update. And then we can see now that the warning has gone away. So as I mentioned before, we can also take a look at how we originally used to do this. So you still have the option to not use the integration, and you can add your own custom link. So if you wanted, you could still put in a Zoom meeting link here, or a link to something else. Maybe it's a pre-recorded video of that session. So you could also put that link in here, and so users can view the content after the event or the session has taken place. Okay, so that really summarizes the new integration we have at Oxford Abstracts, where you can authorize your Zoom account and make it much, much easier to create Zoom meetings for your sessions in your program. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.